Okay, and we are live on a totally unusual day. Sunday during football. So I thought I'd see if people could get tuned in. I'm competing against Mr. Lookner over at Agenda Free TV, but I'll show you it is breaking news. So we'll see if we get people tuned in. I don't run a screen on the front of my show. I didn't send out a reminder. It's an unusual day. So we'll see if we get people tuned in. Once a few people tune in, I'll play you a statement. He has dropped out, endorsed Donald Trump. Now there's speculation about what role he might play in the Trump presidency, which we're all looking forward to. Gosh, I've been listening to NPR as research. Censored Mom says buffering. Am I coming through loud and clear, Censored Mom? It looks good on my end. It's not telling me anything about my connection or anything. Buffering. There, Pirate Justin just got clued in. Hey, Elizabeth Marie from Austin, Texas. Hey, CHT says you're good. All right, cool. So I'll play you guys the announcement. Yeah, he dropped out. He was polling at about 6% in New Hampshire, which comes up in 2 days. So thanks, everybody. Welcome. We'll just have a conversation. I might even take phone calls. I'll play. We have a statement from Donald Trump. Let's see. I have that here. Yes. We have a statement from Ron DeSantis and a statement from Donald Trump. You guys taking a break from watching football, or were you watching football? I didn't see the game last night. San Francisco 49ers. That's where people are fans of the Niners around here. But I don't have regular TV, so I don't even know how to watch it. So who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to be the vice presidential pick? And should I trust you? It could be DeSantis, but I don't think it's going to be. But he is going to play a role in the campaign. That's what Vivek Ramaswamy alluded to. He said that in fact, Vivek called on Ron DeSantis to drop out, and now he has. So, and he's back in Florida, and he canceled something. Hey, Bay 12, please. What's up yourself? I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to keep my head on straight, covering the news. So I'll play you guys the thing. Maybe I'll play it twice. That's what Steve Lookner did over at Agenda Free TV. He played it twice. Once for people who are there early, and once for people that are there late. So we like doing a live stream. We can take phone calls. We definitely could take super chats. That'd be cool. And somebody gave me a super thanks on my last show. I appreciate that too. That's nice. And somebody bought me coffees too. So I got to go over that. You can support the show by going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil or picking up one of our t-shirts at truthclothing.io. So we'll see how many people we can get tuned in for this. Pirate X Pirate says Vivek is VP. You want me to run a poll? Who is the vice president? Vivek, Tucker, Elise Stefanik. She's the one NBC News said is going to be the VP. So I have to know what to put in as the options. Hold on, let me see. I'm not even on the YouTube stream yet. Yeah, they're covering this everywhere. It's Sunday. People are watching football. People are home with their families. Hopefully, if they have such a thing. So I'll play you guys the video of Ron DeSantis. I have that. Let me get to my screen and I'll run a poll. No, it's not made for kids. Censored Mom says clearly Vivek. Clearly, huh? CHT says no way it'll be Tucker. Well, Donald Trump Jr. suggested that it might be. I showed you that news the other day. So let me run the poll. Who's going to be VP? Who will Trump's VP pick be? Vivek rhymes with earache, or not exactly, but Vivek. Just DeSantis. Did you guys know it's DeSantis? Haley, I'll put in there, and Elise Stefanik. Is that how you spell it? Let me check. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Elise Stefanik and Christine Nome are leading. Elise Stefanik with a K. That's what it is. Elise Stefanik. All right, there you go. There's your poll. Ellen Barker says, I think it'll be a woman. Yeah. Well, that's what the betting odds are, is that it's going to be a woman. So as non-woke as the Republican Party is, there may be some clamoring for a female vice presidential pick. So I'll show you the odds. Election predictions. Who will win the 2024 Republican vice presidential nomination? Elise Stefanik is leading at 25 cents. Christy Nome in second place, who I haven't even heard mentioned. So people must have insider information on that. Oh, I got to get some water. Well, I can do that while Ron DeSantis is talking. Vivek is number 3. Tim Scott, number 4. Nikki Haley, number 5. And then Ron DeSantis. Carrie Lake is in the running. Some people say Robert Kennedy Jr., and then here are the also-rans. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Glenn Youngkin, Kim Reynolds. Tucker isn't even on the list. But I will show you that I have Donald Trump Jr. said he may. Here, it's right here. Donald Trump Jr. says his father may tap Tucker Carlson as running mate by Steve Watson. He said it on Newsmax. Oh, here. And it could be Trump Jr. suggested here. Let's see if this tweet actually shows it. Him saying it. There he says Nikki Haley is more of a, okay. Tucker suggests Trump should pick Vivek. That's what Tucker says. And I have other news about that too, actually. So let me get that for you. Okay, I'll play you let me play you his speech. Ron DeSantis, that is, DeSanctimonious.
Greetings from Florida. The warmth of being home is a reminder why I've chosen public service. From joining the United States Navy and serving in Iraq, to representing the people in the U.S. Congress, and now serving as governor of Florida. And it reminds me why I decided to run for president, to fight for those who have been forgotten in this country. This is America's time for choosing. We can choose to allow a border invasion, or we can choose to stop it. We can choose reckless borrowing and spending, or we can choose to limit government and lower inflation. We can choose political indoctrination, or we can choose classical education. These choices are symptoms of the underlying struggle to ensure that constitutional government can endure and that Western civilization can survive. And we launched this campaign to bring accountability to government, regain sovereignty at our border, and restore sanity to our society. We cannot succeed as a country if we allow our nation to be invaded, our currency to be debased, our cities to crumble, and our kids to be indoctrinated. The DC elites who facilitated this mess do not care about you, and they do not work for you. They work for themselves. They seek to accumulate power at your expense to pursue an agenda that is harmful to the American people. Citizens do not serve politicians. It is the duty of politicians to serve you. Talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. Reversing the decline of this nation requires leadership that delivers big results for the people we are elected to serve. I have a record of leading with conviction, championing an agenda marked by bold colors, delivering on my promises, and defeating the people who are responsible for our nation's decline. That is the type of leadership we need for all of America. Now, over the past many months, Casey and I have traveled across the country to deliver a message of hope that decline is a choice and that we can, in fact, succeed again as a nation. Nobody worked harder, and we left it all out on the field. Now, following our second place finish in Iowa, we've prayed and deliberated on the way forward. If there was anything I could do to produce a favorable outcome, more campaign stops, more interviews, I would do it. But I can't ask our supporters to volunteer their time and donate their resources if we don't have a clear path to victory. Accordingly, I am today suspending my campaign. I'm proud to have delivered on 100% of my promises, and I will not stop now. It's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance. They watch his presidency get stymied by relentless resistance, and they see Democrats using lawfare this day to attack him. Well, I've had disagreements with Donald Trump, such as on the coronavirus pandemic and his elevation of Anthony Fauci. Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. I signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee, and I will honor that pledge. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear, a repackaged form of warmed over corporatism that Nikki Haley represents. The days of putting Americans last, of kowtowing to large corporations, of caving to woke ideology are over. I thank all of our passionate supporters who have stood by us through it all. That we had people volunteer to come to Iowa in the middle of a blizzard to knock on doors and make phone calls touched us dearly. No candidate had more thrown at him, but no candidate had so many committed volunteers and staff. Finally, I want to thank my wife, Casey, and our kids, Madison, Mason, and Mamie. Casey's gone far above and
All
beyond her
M's.
support for our campaign and for our cause. She's not only a great wife and mother, she's a great American who cares deeply about the future of the country that our kids will inherit. Our kids have seen and done a lot on the trail, from playing on the famed Field of Dreams baseball site in Iowa to making their first snowman in New Hampshire. They are one of the reasons we fight so hard for what we believe in. Winston Churchill once remarked that success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. While this campaign has ended, the mission continues. Down here in
Failure
Florida,
is not
we will
final.
continue to show the country
Fatal.
how to lead. Thank you, and God bless.
Failure is not fatal, I think he said, or winning is not final, failure is not fatal. We must have the courage to carry on. That's what we have to do. So that's DeSantis, kind of a lukewarm endorsement of Donald Trump, but I think he's going to maybe try to do something with the White House. He was polling at 6%. Here's the polls. DeSantis was polling at 6% about in New Hampshire. And you know what? The polls, as much as people say they're wrong all the time, they were pretty close in Iowa. So here's the polls that have Trump at 50 and Haley at 39. That's the CNN poll from today. Boston Globe has Trump at 55, Haley at 36. So that's a big difference. DeSantis at 6. And then from Friday, Trump 53, Haley 36. So they're all pretty similar. From Thursday, Trump 52, Haley 35, DeSantis at 6. And then here's these general election polls where they compare general election of Trump versus Biden and then other people versus Biden. So actually the most interesting thing about this poll is Trump versus Biden versus RFK Jr. RFK Jr. is at 21%. Trump dominates at 44% to Biden 36%. But look at that, Kennedy at 21% in a three-way matchup, which is what it's going to be. So Kennedy at 21%, that's the strongest I've ever seen him. So there are people in the Republican Party who don't like Trump, and they definitely don't like Biden. And so mostly they've been voting for Haley or DeSantis or what have you. But pretty soon Haley's going to have to drop out too. The next race is in South Carolina, and that's not for a month. And that's Nikki Haley's home state, so she's planning to stay in, she says. So Dan Whiffen says DeSantis grew 3 shoe sizes today. Okay, so that's the New Hampshire primary, which is in 2 days. Here are the key polls for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, Trump leads by 54 points nationwide. So it's only in these states where people poured in a lot of energy. And also in New Hampshire, so Trump has been saying in New Hampshire, Democrats can vote in the primary. It's not exactly true. Registered Democrats can't vote in the New Hampshire primary, but most voters in New Hampshire are unaffiliated. They register as independent, and independent people can vote in whichever primary they want. So yeah, it could be people who are basically Democrats that vote for Haley in this New Hampshire primary, but that's the only place she's close. I don't know if there are any polls for South Carolina yet. I know there was one. So here Trump beats Biden by 6 points in a general election poll. On average, he's leading by 2 points. Nikki Haley tried to make she said that Trump would lose to Biden, and that this is Nikki Haley's argument, is that Nikki Haley polls better against Trump. Against Biden head to head. That's the argument she's trying to make, is that she polls better against Trump head to head. So anyway, interesting. I played you the statement from Ron DeSantis. Now here's Trump's statement. Here's the statement from the Trump campaign. We are with only a few days left until President Donald J. Trump's victory in New Hampshire. We are honored by the endorsement from Governor Ron DeSantis and so many other former presidential candidates. It is now time for all Republicans to rally behind President Trump to defeat crooked Joe Biden and end his disastrous presidency. Nikki Haley is the candidate of the globalists and Democrats who will do everything to stop the America First movement. From higher taxes to decimating Social Security and Medicare and to open borders, she represents the views of Democrats more than the views of Republicans. It's time to choose wisely. So, yeah, did I say I've been listening to NPR? They seem to like Nikki Haley. I'm going to play you a few things. I'm going to try to say, I have to save material for the show tomorrow, but I'll play you a few things. Nikki Haley was asked at Chick-fil-A, why she was wasting money running when she's going to lose. She doesn't like the question. So let me play this.
Good to see you. Nice to see you, Dean. Oh, I love that. We don't get out and vote on Tuesday. It's important.
Yeah. So can I ask you just like a tiny question?
Yeah.
Do you think it's responsible for politicians to spend like $100 million in Iowa on TV ads, which go to mainly news stations that have lied to us for years?
Is that Titus Frost? Oh, that's Titus Frost. That's actually Titus Frost. Oh, that's crazy. All right. What's up, Titus? I didn't realize he posted a clip of him actually asking Nikki Haley. So I guess, is he in New Hampshire? Oh, wow. I just figured that out. All right. So, yeah, it's actually Titus posted this video, which has 315,000 views. So
ads, which go to mainly news stations that have lied to us for years. When there's homeless veterans out there that could use that money, when you didn't even come close to beating Trump, and you spent like $100 million in TV ad money.
Do you know my husband's a veteran?
That's fine, but I'm just saying.
And do you know that when the media doesn't tell the truth, the whole reason you put commercials on is to tell the truth because the media doesn't?
My point is, you're not going to beat Trump, and
you know
all of the money you're wasting could go to better causes.
I appreciate
that would make the Republican Party actually look better.
You know what? Last I saw, it was a democracy. So we're going to keep working for a good democracy. We're going to work for freedom. But thank you for your service. Good to see
you. She said, thank you for your service. I don't think Titus has ever been in the military. That's what you say to people who are in the military. She must have gotten confused. But Yeah, that's Titus. He's looking scruffy with that beard and stuff. Patty Letter says Nimrata is worse than Biden. Yeah, I think she is. She's one of the worst possible. I can give you Donald Trump dispelling rumors. Let's take a look at the poll. Oh, people say Vivek. Some people say DeSantis. Some people say Elise Stefanik. Yeah, I didn't give you all the choices. There's certainly more choices than that. But Vivek, people are saying 71%. So I'm going to show you some talk about whether Vivek is going to be VP. He was asked about it. So here's Trump talking about that Nikki Haley is not presidential timber, and people are saying timber is related to QAnon. I don't know. I don't know the relation.
She is not presidential timber. Now, when I say that, that probably means that she's not going to be chosen as the vice president. You know, you can go. No, you can go. You can go and you can say certain things. You know, I don't like them and blah, 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 and this. But when you say certain things, it sort of takes them out of play, right? I can't say she's not of the timber to be a vice, and then say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce that I've picked. Do you understand? But that's the way it is. Okay. Tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. She is not president.
So at one point he said something about, at one point he said he'd chosen a vice president already, but people were just guessing who it might be. Here's some of the stuff about, okay, so we showed you that Titus Frost clip. Here's here. So this is a clip of Glenn Beck advises Trump to pick Vivek as VP. Trump says Vivek is the number one answer given by everyone else as well. Okay, so here's a clip. So number one answer people are giving is that he'll be VP. I have a few clips, so I'll play them for you. Here is one.
Last week, Donald Trump called me and he said, any advice on who I should pick for vice president?
Oh, really?
Who do you think? Not that he, I mean, he's probably calling everyone.
But that's great that you're on that
and
list.
so he said, who do you think? And I said, I don't know how you're going to feel about it, but this is the day, I think it was the day he trashed Vivek. And I said, Vivek. And he said, why do you say that? He said, that's the number one response from everybody I've asked that question. And he said, why do you say that? And I said, A, he can defend you. He's right in your pocket. And while you're defending this, he's watching your back defending this. I said, also, I think some of his ideas are really, really good. Yeah. He connects with the youth, which now the latest of 18 to 24-year-olds that voted for Biden, they're not voting for Biden, but they won't vote for Donald Trump yet. So you get that lower vote, the people that are excited about, hey, something fresh and different. And then in 2028, when you can no longer run, you continue for another 8 years, right? And you get the credit for bringing this new, fresh face in. I said, I just think you become legendary.
And what did he say to that?
Well, we'll see. Vivek Ramaswamy I think he has a very bright future.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is spot on. He's never confused. He's such clear thinker, so rapid, doesn't take any crap. He's Donald Trump, except he's with a photographic memory.
There you go. So Gatsu Gut says DeSantis looks so happy and relieved in that announcement video. Yeah, he does look happy, kind of. He didn't give he didn't give the like a full on endorsement the same way Vivek did. So just a break to read my coffees. I did get a coffee yesterday at buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And I'm looking for members too to support the ongoing creation of this show, which I hope to be able to continue to do. You can join there or buy a coffee. And someone bought a coffee yesterday. I appreciate that. And some people dropped super chats, and we're at 100 people tuned in. And Sumi's going to say hi. So, and check out our t-shirts at truthclothing.io. Let me show you those. Get one of these propaganda shirts. Just how the news is all propaganda, or truth matters, or decentralize, question everything. We have tons of question everything styles. Bitcoin saves. We have all kinds of stuff on the website. Go ahead and check it out at truthclothing.io. This one's cool. Dangerous freedom. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. And that supports Slow News Day. And that's me a little skinnier, I think. I think I have put on a little weight. So anyway, that's at truthclothing.io. Yeah, any way you can support the show, I really appreciate it. Doing a special Sunday stream today because Katie's actually out of town. So I have to figure out what to do with my time. I'm supposed to shout out members from time to time. G. Marie Rogers. We have 14 members. But I can't see who they are. I would shout them out. We have 14 members. I'm looking to get more every day. So that'll give me some kind of baseline to keep operating somehow. All right. Okay. So that was Glenn Beck talking about Vivek, but then I have Glenn Beck talking to Vivek. And in this post about being vice president, and Vivek kind of says, well, it depends, because Vivek wanted some pretty serious things, like to shut down the FBI, for example. So let me play that clip for you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Maybe I'll open up the phone.
Why should somebody vote over Trump? Because
I don't know.
your support is Trump.
Oops, shit. Here we go.
Why should somebody vote over Trump? Because your support is Trump support. I mean, he asked me last week who he should pick as vice president should he win the vote here, the nomination. And I said, Vivek. I said, he's a lot like you. He's a fighter. He can make great cases for the American people, et cetera, et cetera. And I think he's a young up and comer that would make a good president at some point.
Let me say a word about that one, Glenn. Actually, is you know what? I haven't really given that a lot of thought until a million people asked me that, and so I actually have given it some thought. And here's the answer to that question: is that would need to be a discussion with Trump, where I would say, listen, I want you to make sure we're on the same page. I don't want to build a new building for the FBI. I want to shut it down. I don't want to have crony subsidies to carbon capture pipelines. I want to end them. I want to shut down many of these agencies. I actually do think we need accountability in our own Republican Party, that we shouldn't support the likes of Ronna McDaniel sitting in that seat, that we should on day one actually pardon every peaceful January 6th protester and see that through. Admit that there were some mistakes made in the past and we're going to correct for them with the vaccines, and make sure that vaccine liabilities for companies, that they don't get a special shield from being sued. And I'd want to make sure we're on the same page about those things. Right now, I don't know if we are. I'm the only one who's taken a lot of those positions. But the way I'm looking at it, Glenn, is right now in this race, if I have that long list to say that in order to be vice president, I'd need an agreement from Donald Trump that he agrees with me and is committed to seeing each of those things through, all the way through, yes, shutting down the FBI, not building a new building or reforming it. And if so, then you know what? I would honestly consider it. But right now, given that that list is long, here's how I'm doing it is, at a certain point, the list is long enough that you say the best way I can do this is actually by being the next president, leading from the front, and taking Donald Trump as my advisor to do the right thing for this country, which I will do if I'm the president.
Okay, that's an old clip, obviously, from when Vivek was still running. So that was from when Vivek was still running, obviously. It was posted today, but this person says, I feel like Vivek is more committed to the shutting down the deep state and taking on the establishment than Trump is. What do you guys think? So anyway, there you go. That's Vivek. That's all. I think that's all the political news I have for you today. I might play another. I already played you. Donald Trump Jr. also said Nikki Haley is more of a Democrat than a Republican. Okay. Okay. Just got a text message I have to reply to. You can call in if you want, 650-429-8294. If not, that's fine. But I'll probably wrap up the show here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. And just remember, if you want to continue to see the show and stuff, make sure to become a member. That'd be great. If you become a member at substack.com, I'm sorry, buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. That'd be really cool. I'd really appreciate it. All right. If Vivek is a psyop, we're definitely screwed. I can also see what's in the chat. Censored Mom says, did Glenn get vaxxed? I don't know. I didn't. I have some more. I have to save some news for you guys for tomorrow. Truman says, imagine believing in any of these candidates. Yeah, it's true. 650-429-8294 if you want to call in. 650-429-8294. Oh, thanks, Jacob's Ladder. Thank you, man. Over on Rockfin. Appreciate it. Just checking in with you guys. Thanks, Jacob's Ladder. I appreciate you guys over on Rockfin. Patty Leather says, I hope Trump picks Tucker as VP. Hey, Scott, what's up? 650-429-8294 if you want to call in. If not, that's okay. Oops, wrong thing. I can see if anybody wants to call in to talk today. The other news is the pipe bombs, but I don't know what to say about it. I don't know if I can say what Tucker said about it. And I can't tell exactly what's happening in the thing, except they weren't really worried about the so-called pipe bomb. They let kids walk past it and stuff. So if you guys are interested in that news, I'll cover it tomorrow. So just wanted to check in with you guys. You want me to play Ron DeSantis's? I'll play Ron DeSantis's speech again and leave the phone number up. Yeah, I can do that. Wow, that's all right. That's all right. You guys got it. All right. We'll do a countdown for people. Next primary is after New Hampshire is about a month away, the 24th, apparently. All right. Good enough. Thanks, everybody. We gave people a chance to call in. That's cool. I understand. I can stay a little long. I can stay for a little bit. Patty Leather says, free all January 6 patriots. Yeah, we should. All right. Thanks, Cadence Films. Good to check in with you guys. We have people tuning out. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Good to see you. And I appreciate all your love and support. You know what? If you, I am going through something. If I could just have just thoughts, just good thoughts, supportive thoughts. I'm going through something really crazy. Well, not too crazy, but just if I have positive thoughts from you guys, I think that kind of helps. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody's love and support. I can feel it. Okay. All right, guys. For now, that's what it is.